quick introduction to Canva.com to make posters and flyers. So to get started, you would go to Canva.com, and I'm just going to show you what this looks like with a Canva free account, a demo account. So you can always try Canva Pro for the 30 days. It's fantastic if you're planning on using it 3-4 times a month. That will be worth it. But you can do a lot in the free version of Canva. So once you're signed up and you've completed your email verification and you're at your Canva dashboard, click Create, and at Create, it's going to show you different sizes for what template you want to begin with. Pretty common ones might be Instagram or flyer. You can also choose a portrait or a slide deck. If you know the exact size, like here, I'm going to put in poster, and I'm going to select this 18 by 24 poster size. Let's say that I know I wanted it to be 19 by 25 for my poster. Then I would go to custom size and just enter that. But for this, I'm going to go ahead and choose 18 by 24. So now I'm in Canva, and it's giving me just the blank poster size to start with, and I can get started with a preset template. So just as an example, I'm going to put in Earth Day, so it will show me templates to choose from. It's always easiest to start with a template and then make changes. That's going to save a lot of time, but you can start from scratch. So I'm going to choose this Earth Day image here. And you can always, once you're in Canva, so you've started a template to work with for your poster, you can zoom in. And this is here, this is your file name here. So if you are printing that, that file name will show. Okay, so just a few things as you're getting ready to get your poster the way that you want. When you hover and you see those purple lines, it's letting you know what item can be changed there. So this, I can see this background color is mint green. And if I want to change that to, say, a gradient, I can do that there. Let's say I want to go back to the mint green. So once you click into something, you'll be able to see, like, this graphic here of this image, it's showing me I can change these colors within it. For this is a graphic. If I wanted to change the way that bird looks to a different bird, I would go over to Elements, and I can click Graphics, and I can select something else. Once it populates there, I can change the size, and I can drag it over to there. Let's say I want to, if I hover and I see this bird, I can copy Command-C, Command-V, and then I can have two birds. So once you click, you see those purple lines, you know you're working with a graphic or a text box. So let's say that I want to make this word happy bigger. I'm going to hover and select that text box and then make that a little bit bigger in the size over here, or I can change the color over there. So there's lots of options for changing a text box or changing a graphic or changing the color. You can kind of get to know what your options are and begin to get that template the way that you would like. So you're always working with design to select that beginning template, and then you're working with elements to add to content, usually graphics or photos. So that's mostly where your items might be. Let's say I wanted to add and wanted to make that Earth Day a little more noticeable. I might click and add a shape. I'm going to drag this shape just behind Earth Day, and I'm just going to put that a little bit as a background. Now, if I were to use the effects, once I was there, that would actually only make a background for the behind the letters, and I just want this one to just give a little more emphasis. So then I'm going to make it gray, and then I'm going to adjust the transparency. So there's lots of things you can do to get that poster looking exactly the way that you'd like. And there's many great Canva tutorials that I will include with this link. And the other pieces to understand for getting content the way you want is just that whenever you have a graphic like this graphic here, you'll want to note the position of it. So if you did have like an overlapping, let's say right now this bird is in front position, so I could actually make it in back position, and that's just something to keep in mind as you're placing graphics there. And you can kind of move things around. Let's say you're working with a team and you have two different versions you want to work with. You would add a page, and maybe here we'll put event and add a different version. Let's see, we'll add this one. And that way you can kind of get an idea of how you might work with two different versions if you were working on a team. So that is a very quick introduction to Canva. So a couple other things. You're mostly working in elements or text. You're hovering to determine what you want to change. When it comes to sharing Canva, once you click share, that is going to allow you to share it with team members, share it as a view link, or to download it. And you can pretty much download any kind of version of that file. So when you're sharing it as a team link, you can send it for comments, or you can send it just to view, or you can send it to someone as an editor. So you can always select, and wherever the file originated can update that. You can create a view link for that file. And let's say that you are ready to download it as a PDF. You would go first into share, go to download, and then you'll change that file type to standard PDF. And then you'll select whether it's page 1 or page 2. And then you'll be able to download that. And keeping in mind that when you download a poster like this, you may need to run it through an app to compress it if you're planning on sending it out. So another option here is that you can, of course, through Canva, you have some print options. So we'll look at those here where you can select a front and a back, and it will typically run between like $12 and $25. You can make all your selections here. You can make it big, you can make it small, you can make it one-sided, and you can determine how glossy you want the quality. And so that is a very quick introduction to making a poster with Canva.